Abuja.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to Dateline Abuja, your #1 general TV magazine program here on AIT. I'm Momo. Thank you so much for being part of Dateline. Today I'm at the Guruku IDP Resettlement in Karu local government area within the FCT. Well, oftentimes we hear of the word IDPs, of which most of us know that the IDP stands for the internally displaced people or persons. What more should we know about the IDPs, or what else don't we know about them? Well, these IDPs or internally displaced people are mostly victims of various kinds of violence confrontations in Nigeria. And unlike refugees, these IDPs flee from their homes or their states to find safety, but within their own country, that's within Nigeria, under the protection of its government. In Nigeria, the number of internally displaced people is on the increase as a result of the Boko Haram insurgency in the northern part of Nigeria. The forced migration and internal displacements of persons in Nigeria has been triggered by violent conflicts, natural disasters, etc. But the highest recorded number of internally displaced persons, however, was due to the insurgency in the northeast of Nigeria, where a series of violent attacks has left over 2 million people displaced, within and across the borders to neighboring countries. According to the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, there are 47,276 IDPs in Plights, Nasarawa, Kaduna, Abuja, and Kano in northern Nigeria. Displacement in Borno State is the highest in the country, resulting from the insurgency in the region, followed by Adamawa as the second highest state, with internally displaced persons, and Yobe State. Although there are no formal IDP camps within the FCT, but the FCT Emergency Agency, FEMA, has identified about 21 settlements, while a total of 40 IDP camps were identified through local NGOs networks working with IDPs within the FCT. Well, as of 2016, the UN Refugee Agency reported that in Nigeria there are about or over 2 million IDPs identified in Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Taraba, Yobe, Nasarawa State, and Abuja. Although these IDPs are under the care of the government, they face major challenges as the management of the IDPs are tough. They face the problem of funding. Although they get funds mainly from revenue, international aids, donations, the funds they get are more often than not sufficient to meet their increasing needs.
There is no funding. Government have not come to their aid yet. It's the international community and the local NGOs that are helping them. And they have only little. You can see they only depend on 1 square meal a day. And there's the classrooms, they don't even have classrooms. They only read under the tree. No funding. So we are pleading with the NGOs and the government to come to their aid. They cannot go back home because of the insurgency. We are praying that all the Nigerian body, the local NGO and the international community to come to their aid. But my own prayer is that the government should intervene so that they will have conducive environment also for the children, because there are over 600 children in here. They cannot go to school. They have little about education. We are sitting on time bomb without going to school. They might come back, they might turn out to be something in the society which nobody will like. So please, I'm pleading with the government to come to their aid and help them in education and look into their welfare generally. Nema, somebody called Isa, when there's something for them, he comes maybe once in a month, in 2 months, 3 months. That's what they told me. I don't know. I only do my own best. I don't know about others, but they've told me that Nema comes once a while, not all the time.
I've been watching this city for most of my life, and I've seen it grow, and I can't believe how quickly it is growing. Dateline Abuja here in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, just makes sense. This city is at the center of so many stories, culturally, socially and economically. When you look at Abuja, what do you see? When you see a market, I see a melting pot of culture. Where most people see construction, I see development. A road, I see connectivity. The lake, I see possibilities. This is my city. See it from a different perspective. For news, people, places, events, and lifestyle, Dateline Abuja, here in the Federal Capital Territory. The major problem these victims of insurgency face are the lack of food, water, poor hygiene, unsanitary environments, and mostly the lack of proper education. There are over 2 million internally displaced persons in Nigeria, of which 56% of them are children, and majority of these children are either not receiving an education at all or are even being taught in unconducive environments. The Guruku IDP camp is located deep inside the Guruku Community of Karu local government area, where the roads are tortuous and bushes are a common sight. The Guruku IDP settlement houses over 3,000 IDPs with little basic amenities such as water supply, electricity, healthcare services, proper education, and a lot more. A visit to the Guruku IDP camp settlement located at the Karu local government area within the FCT revealed that a lot more needs to be done to alleviate the poor living standard of the displaced persons. As well as to avert the social danger they are exposed to. They are calling on the general public to come to their aid in the camp. The chairman pleaded.
Pleading either an individual or government, if they can help us to come and drill either 1 or 2 boreholes for us, it will help us. If you see this community, this camp is like a community. We have a shelters, we have a clinics, and this land is being bought by the NGOs that have brought us here. If the government can come and help us to do anything that can help the life of the people that are living here, we will be appreciated and we will be very much happy with it. These are the few challenges that I can able to afford it to the public or to the government if they can help us in any one of it. That is it.
The clinic official complained on the plight of the IDPs under the current climatic condition, especially in this raining season.
The challenges we are having, more especially at this rainy season, we have rampant malaria cases, and we have at times worms and some elements like typhoid, because some people come from remote areas. So we have challenges of that. And because of this weather again, we have cold and common cold, catarrh. Though diarrhea is not rampant as we expect, because we are consuming a potable water. So these are the elements that we are tackling, or we are rendering the services here for. What we want the public to know is that there are some people here, human beings like them. Though this is not the first time we have been here, it's about 3 years. Others are getting to 4 years. Being here, we left our villages, towns, and all what we have. But we thank God because of some individuals and organizations that used to visit us and support us in different ways. Some people used to come along with medicine and other medical equipments, as well as feed. They used to bring us food stuff and what they can afford. Some others come with cloth and whatsoever. So we are grateful for those that have done this. We are appealing to others that there's no scant, or you cannot say what you give out today is a loss. What you give out today, maybe tomorrow you will harvest good before God. So we thank those that have come and we pray for those that are yet to come. If God allowed them to come here to visit us, then they are welcome. And for those that have sacrificed their time, their resources, as well as what they have to support us in different ways, we pray God to grant them more blessings. More especially you people, I am just from my farm, because I know I'm in charge of the clinic, but I cannot sustain my life here depending on the clinic. As far as I volunteer myself to help my people, I'm not paid for the job I'm doing, so I have to go and do some farm jobs.
One of the teachers at the IDP settlements went further to talk about the challenges they face, especially in the education sector. He narrated on how they have to teach the children under a mango tree.
First of all, since we came to this place was around 2014. So as we've started living here, we've lived like 4 to 5 months. We're teaching under this shed. So as they came, they've started building that thing. It was last time that we started teaching in that classroom that been built there by the NGOs. So we are teaching nothing like payment. It's a voluntary share. We have been teaching here for almost 3 years now. Nothing like payment, nothing share, but we just unite together to make sure that these little ones will be something in future. That's the only thing we're doing here. If possible, we need empowerment for those that are managing the teaching here, especially those that are unemployed. But majority of the people that are teaching here are teachers from our various places that we left before. So as we came here, we started teaching.
Even though we have so many challenges, but I will only stick to the education. In our camps, we have about 650 children below 18 age. So we are just living like this. We don't have classrooms, and even those that are above the primary level, they don't have a means to go for a higher education. They were just living redundantly, and we are appealing to every organization or to individual, those that can able to assist or to help us. We are managing the shade of the trees as a classroom to teach the younger ones. So
That's the tree.
That's the tree. We are using the shade of the tree as a classroom because we don't have a built classroom. And by looking to the numbers of the children, as you can see them, they are from different ages. There are those that are supposed to be in the nursery, primary, and the secondary section. And we don't have a classroom. Though we have trained teachers among us, about 20 of us, we are trained teachers by qualification. So we are volunteering now, about 3 years we are living here. We are training them so that we don't want them to grow up like this without knowing how to read and write. And we are pleading to every individual or the organization to help us in this situation of education, because the system of the education that we are managing is so very poor.
In my dream, children sing a song of love for every boy and girl.
At this time of the year, one can only but imagine what the comfortless season it will be for these families and individuals encamped in this pitiable condition inside the Guruku IDP camp of the Karu local government area in Abuja. The challenges faced by these people, it is enough to say that the rehabilitation process of the IDPs in the camps has been lacking. It is, however, time to put in more work to rehabilitate and resettle these IDPs. There should be collaboration of government agencies, NGOs, humanitarians to make a difference in the lives of the IDPs. I've been watching this city for most of my life and I've seen it grow. And I can't believe how quickly it is growing. Dateline Abuja here in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, just makes sense. This city is at the center of so many stories, culturally, socially and economically. When you look at Abuja, what do you see? When you see a market, I see a melting pot of culture. Where most people see construction, I see development. A road, I see connectivity. The lake, I see possibilities. This is my city. See it from a different perspective. For news, people, places, events, and lifestyle, Dateline Abuja, here in the Federal Capital Territory. Understandably, this will not reduce their sufferings, but it will help to reduce crime in the society, because a society where people are living in pain, doubtful activities are bound to occur. As we all know, a stitch in time saves 9, and whatever your religion, race or ethnicity, show some love to these people while you also preach it. Remember, action speaks louder than words. Save a child today and visit an IDP camp. And that's a wrap on Dateline Abuja. Please keep a date with us. Same time, same station. I'm Hawa Momo. Bye for now.